Yep, that's what we woke up to Wednesday morning. Serious ice, like crazy ice. No work. Just it was way too dangerous. They shut down where I work at, so we were in the house, and I was down here in the music room, just spinning like crazy. And been a busy boy, I guess, when it comes to the records, because nice little stack here. Show real quick. And like I say, I haven't been out. It's just stuff's been in here. Needs to be spun. So, and it's pretty cool stuff. All right, gonna jump in. What's playing in the background? Just showed it. Got it from Mibber. Nice enough. Send it. Vortex. Open the gate. Great 80s metal. Hopefully you can hear some of it. All right, let's jump in. I've had this for a little while, but I'd never seen this before, and actually totally don't even remember the album. I'm not a huge fan, but like I said, I'd never seen it, so I grabbed it. Usually if it's something I've never seen, it tells me to kind of pick it up, which is Pretenders, Pact. And I do remember Never Do That. I think that was a hit, just from 1990. And like I said, I'm not a huge Pretenders fan. I definitely like them, but don't pretend to know a lot about them. No pun intended. But cool album. And like I said, I've never seen the CD, anything for this. So that's kind of cool. This is a band I kind of get sucked into every time I find one. And I got a good many now. And actually, there's only a couple I really like. The rest of them are I can take or leave. But they always have cool ass covers. Which is Commander Cody, Flying Dreams. Which, what were they originally? Commander Cody and his Airmen or something like that. The earlier stuff I kind of tend to like a little better. This was a little weak, but it's 1978 Arista. But it's like perfect shape. And yeah, I mean, it's cool. And like I say, something about the covers. They always have cool covers. So, end up hanging on to it. This I really liked, and actually I don't have much by him. And I need to pick up more. It's one of those artists I just need to investigate more. It's Nick Lowe, Abominable Snowman. Really cool. What is this? 83. And same deal, I don't know a lot about him, but somebody I definitely need to dig a little further into. Really enjoyed this. Cool stuff. Really cool album. This is like 1980, kind of heading into the new wave sound. It's got some power pop in it, just some good rock. Female singer, Susad in the next. I'd actually never heard this, never even heard of them. I don't remember them as a kid. And there is a video for Young Girl, I think is the video. It's like a perfect quality one on YouTube if you want to check them out. But a friend asked me out of the blue, he's a music friend, and he knows about the collection and all, and he's like, dude, you got the Susad in the next? It's an album that he listened to as a kid, and I'm like, never even heard of him. And I swear it wasn't like 2 weeks later I came across the copy and grabbed it, and really cool. We ended up checking it out. He found it somewhere before I found the album, but I would have picked it up anyways had he not mentioned it, because it's a great cover. But really good. I dug that album. Next, I got a couple albums by these guys, and this one's probably the best one out of the ones I have. And actually, I keep finding, I've never really looked into them, how big their discography was, but I just keep finding weird ones. And it's Sad Cafe, Thanks Tura, I guess how you say it. This is really cool. It's 77, and it's just kind of like radio FM rock or whatever. I don't even know who to compare it to. It kind of jumped to my mind was it kind of has that Little River Band, but that's a very bad comparison. But it's kind of in that vein. I mean, but it's more rockin'. But really cool. Dug this. And like I say, this is the best one. I think I got two other ones by them. That's the coolest one I've heard so far. Excuse me. Another band I've been wanting to check out, and I probably got 3 or 4, and it's the first one I've checked out. Sensational Alex Harvey Band, Sob Story. Excuse me. This is an import from England from 1976. It's really kind of strange. Somebody mentioned them to me before, and talking about they were kind of like hard rock, and I don't hear that. But I mean, they're definitely rock, but they're a little artsy, I guess is the word, but really interesting. So I'll be checking out a couple of the other ones that I have soon. This was like a stumbled onto it in a shop probably back in the fall, I guess it was. Hollywood Brats. This is fantastic. It's 70s, 79, 80 on Cherry Red Records import. And man, just think Johnny Thunders, you know, the Heartbreakers, just really cool junkie rock, whatever you want. That's what my friends, we always called it. Just a good sloppy rock. It's really good. And I actually paid, you know, it's $15. I had never seen this around, and I probably won't see it again other than online. And I checked into it, I was listening to it the other day, and found one, somebody wanted like $95 for it, which is a little insane. But so evidently pretty cool money-wise, finding it for 15. I'm really happy with it. I'd buy it again, you know, 15. This next couple actually. I may have shown, but it's one of those albums that are both these albums are ones that I listen to, and I'm like, okay, I'll throw it in the stack to show in a video, put it into the database, put it on the shelf. That's kind of the routine. And I'm always like, nah, keep that. I'll listen to it again before I put it away. I'll listen to it, and I'll listen to that again before I put it away. It's just, which kind of for me is like, okay, that's a pretty good album. But George talked about these guys, turned me on to them. Hammered Satin, Glamorama. And man, this is full on early 70s, mid 70s T-Rex and Sweet sounding. Just fantastic glam. And like I say, I probably listened to it 4 or 5 times where now it's like, okay, I can put it away now finally. And same with this. And actually I may not have shown this, and I've had this for probably 4 or 5 months. Got it from Doom.com, just kind of a blind buy. I was on the site, listened to some of it on YouTube, and was like, yeah, I'll check that out. And same deal, listened to it, and I put it back in the pile, and listened to it again, put it back in the pile, listened to it again, and finally ready to file it away. Excuse me. It's Mammoth. I think Mammoth is how you say it. Passing through the mastery door. But just killer. To me, like I always say, it's rooted in that 70s hard rock. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know if you want to call it stoner, a little doomy, just whatever. Just really good. And this was limited to 200. This is number 147. It's on Cosmic Artifact. I believe it was a colored vinyl, if I remember right. So wow, just really, really good. Just another great find on Doom. Doom.com, yeah. Check them out if you haven't already. Next, a little bit of everything in here. So Pacific Gas and Electric. I believe late 60s. And this one's cool. It's side 1 is, you know, bluesy, and side 2 is bluesy, but this one, to me, I hear some jazz kind of coming into it. And really interesting album. Picked it up cheap somewhere. It's been sitting around for a while. Threw it on and really dug it. Alright, here's a little blast from the past. lead singer from the Meatmen, Tesco V. I have this on CD, and it's freaking great punk. And I couldn't believe I found it in a shop down around DC at a very, very good price. It's the Dutch Hercules EP. It's just goofy cover. And just a great album, just funny as can be, you know, really good stuff. Like I said, he was part of the Meatmen and ended up in the DC scene around this time. Yeah, if you haven't heard Tesco V or the Meatmen, check them out. It's just really obnoxious, funny crap, man. Ran into this, grabbed it, and to be honest, I'm not sure whatever you want to call it, the lineage of this or when it come out. I think 90s sometime, but I can't find a lot of information. I see them where they go on eBay and all that, but I don't know. It's a picture disc of the first Danzig album. I grabbed this because my chances of ever finding a real first pressing of the first album, which is my personal favorite, and to be honest, about all I need of Danzig. I completely love the Misfits, Sam Hain's all cool, okay, and this album is just fantastic, but I just kind of lost interest after that. But I was really happy to grab this. Sounds good, and it's good pressing, and never checked out the first Danzig. Do yourself a favor if you like, you know, rock. It's just a great album. Next up, Doggy Style 2. I think this was on Flipside Records. It's like mid-80s if I remember right. Great Zeppelin spoof cover. Punk band. Ran into this with the Tesco V. And another just killer price, man. It was like $5 or something. The Tesco V was less than 10. And then they had a Flipside compilation, or no, excuse me, a Posh compilation I'd love to have of the California punk bands, you know, from the early 80s, Circle Jerks and that kind of stuff. And they wanted $25. It's like, why are you selling these other two at a very reasonable price and then being a dickhead on a compilation? But whatever. But very cool. This set at a record shop that's local around here for probably 2 years. I kept looking at it. It's not a record shop. It's like in a antique joint. And I finally pulled the trigger because it's about eBay prices is what I paid for it. But I'm really getting into this band more and more, which is Sinner, Fast Decision. I believe this was the first or second album. The great German early 80s metal, just killer. Yeah, Matt Sinner. I think he played with I'm not going to say now because I can't think of the band. But really good stuff. If you dig early 80s metal, you know, check out Sinner. And this was I think this was on Scratch Records. A couple more here. Big shout out to Mr. Bizarro, Aaron. He sent me an email saying, hey, reissuing these, man. If you want them, you better jump quick. So I grabbed one. They were putting out a couple. And well, actually I grabbed two, but I grabbed this one off Amazon. The other one I found in a record shop. That's Pentagram, Day of Reckoning. And I've mentioned it to him, and before, I think in the other video when I showed Be Forewarned, the other album I found. It's criminal how I've missed this band. They are from the Maryland scene, kind of local to me, and knew nothing about them, didn't listen to them as a kid, and I'm discovering them now, and I'm really digging them. Just if you don't know Pentagram, it's rooted in Sabbath, early Sabbath, just full on in Sabbath, but they got their own thing going, very doomy. And I believe this was the original cover. I was telling Aaron, being ignorant and didn't know, I was actually at a record show probably 2, 3, 4 years ago, and a guy asked me about this album. was in color and all that. This is a black and white picture. And he's like, you ever heard of Pentagram? Like, I've heard of them, but I don't know anything about them. And he's like, I think it's pretty rare. He's showing it to me, and he wanted like, it was like 40 or 50 bucks. And I was like, well, yeah, whatever, man. I don't know anything about it. And I think 40 or 50 bucks is like a huge steal for that, an original pressing of this. And, but I was dumb, didn't know. But oh well. And last, felt like a little bit of blues, and don't know anything about this dude, Joe Guitar Hughes. I think it was 80s. I'll see the date real quick. But very cool. If you want to see the blues, it's a gold stamp promo. Just good electric blues. Not much more to say about it. I like that stuff. You know, I'm more of an electric blues guy than I am. I like some of the, you know, the acoustic Delta sound and stuff, but I like the electric stuff, and that was cool. So that's it. That's what's been spinning last 3 or 4 days, I guess, since the last video, whenever that was. And I guess that's it for me. Hope to be spinning a lot over this weekend and have another video pretty soon. And just want to say thanks to everybody that still picking up new subscribers, which blows my mind. And I really appreciate it. Leave comments if you're watching the video. You know, if you like commenting on an album or whatever, definitely. I try and answer everybody. It may take me a day or two, but I usually try and get back to everybody. But, all right, I hope everybody's doing well, VC, and one more day this week, and we're into the weekend. Later.